pretend, let's pretend, let's pretend we score the goal.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 21 of the Coach Killers podcast. I'm here with Nick. Nick, how you going, mate?
Yeah, really
What's
good,
going
mate.
on in here?
Yeah, we've got a studio audience this week,
Yeah,
it looks like.
Calm down, everyone.
Yeah, it's been an okay week, I would
So
say.
how was your week? You know,
Just
with
okay.
what happened?
Just okay. But we'll
Have
talk
you
about
recovered?
Manchester United a bit later.
Yes.
I know everyone you like to talk about them because they're the best team, but
Yes,
we'll
of
talk about
course.
them. We'll talk about them later.
100%.
More importantly,
Yep.
Spell 2013.
Yep. What do you want?
What do you got to say?
Nothing. I'm shocked.
Spell like
Rubbish.
2013. Does that mean is that when they were founded?
They're a liquidated team, mate. They got regenerated in 2013.
So AS Roma beat a liquidated team then, right?
Lost, you mean, not beat.
Oh, I've lost to.
yeah.
Sorry,
there
what
you
am
go.
I
I
thinking?
corrected you. Stand corrected,
Nice.
right? You like that, don't you?
But yeah, what do you make of that result? Did
Very poor.
Spal deserve to win?
Very poor. Spal deserved every little bit of luck that they got in that game.
Yes.
No, they
It's
did deserve to win.
recorded for history forever now.
That's right. It's in the books, mate. You know, they can have one win. and
Zeko
then...
couldn't get him over the line. It's
Nah, not this
good
time
enough.
around. Not
He's
this
a big
time
flop,
around.
isn't he?
Oh, like Lukaku. Anyway, let's move on. And before we punch on, let's kick on to the Coach Killer of the Week.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Where's my drum roll?
Here it is, Stefan.
And the Coach Killer of the Week is Kurt Ames. You
Yes.
flop.
Oh, massive!
What a shocker.
I can't believe what has happened. You know,
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandinho's 36-minute, tumble in the box. Right,
It's
wasn't
not
in the
his
box.
fault. It's not his fault.
You know, he called it a free kick outside the box first.
Yeah.
Then, VAR checks it. They were checking it for a while, and they told him in his earpiece, come and have a look at it,
Yeah.
right? Then he
He's a
goes,
shocker.
and what does he do? He gives a penalty,
He's a shocker.
right? After watching that video footage. So
And we all saw it. Everyone saw it.
I can't believe it. And,
What a joke.
I'm dumbfounded, I would say, because... the VAR team in Sydney didn't tell him it's a penalty
Yeah.
or, this is what
Yeah.
we've been told, right? So they didn't tell him it was
Rubbish.
a penalty. He's made that decision all on his own.
Yeah. And
After watching that,
I don't understand.
Lost for
Yeah,
words.
I know. I don't understand. You're there, right? The game's live happening in front of you firstly. Then you go check the replay and you still make the wrong call.
Well, even
What
Mark
the hell?
Bosnich has come out and said it's an absolutely disgraceful decision. He said, I'm sick of this on Fox Sports.
Yeah, he
and then he
lost it.
continued his rant in saying the reason we've got VAR is so that referees can, have a relook at
Yeah,
the
that's
footage, And he goes, it wasn't even a foul. He goes, if this is going to continue, they need to lose their job for a couple of weeks.
And keep on.
And I'm inclined to agree.
That's right. And what
Right.
else has happened, right? What else has happened now?
Well,
as
the
well?
A-League has also come out and said that it wasn't a foul as well. So, Kurt
This
Ames,
is a
mate,
joke. This is a
you
joke.
you need to be stood down and gone
But
back
what-
to
how?
local soccer for a bit.
Right, listen, in Italy with the VAR, they've made mistakes, right? Last season. Now they've cleaned it up, right? And it's fine-tuned perfectly.
Well, they
what
had
is the difference?
They had an issue in the A-League final,
Oh,
in
God.
last season's A-League final as well.
Yeah.
Melbourne Victory winning
That's
with
right.
the offside goal.
That's right.
And now this, come on.
Mate, this is ridiculous. This
How
is-
hard can it be? You've got video evidence there to help you with your decision, and you still stuff it up.
But that ref, surely there has to be a punishment for it. If they're seriously implementing VAR, there has to be a punishment for Kurt Ames. He can't ref again. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, there's nothing much you can do, really. It's football. I guess we just move on to, next week, and hopefully they get it right.
Well, with the derby, let's move on to our game of the week.
Oh, you beauty! What a headshot! What a head!
Yeah, our game of the week was Melbourne Victory against Melbourne City. The derby, obviously full of controversy, Nick, as we discussed.
Well, the game finished 2-1 in City's favour,
Yeah,
unfortunately. What were your thoughts on the game, though, Stefan?
Look, I'll be honest, first half was pretty average. They were just feeling each other out, to be honest. I loved Richie Delat's nutmeg and how he ran through three midfielders for a defensive player. That is ridiculous.
He was definitely,
he played an amazing
He was
game.
on point, scoring
The goal, the rebound
yep.
penalty. You got Honda as well.
But Honda, mate,
Yeah.
oof, what a debut.
Yeah,
scored
unbelievable.
the first goal.
Shots at goal as well.
Putting the ball into the box
Yeah.
and it was everywhere. Like, and you know, he's
You can
30
tell he's a
something
class
years old.
above.
You know, and then Richard Delat as well, and
I
they're the
know.
two best players as well. You know, these other A-League, you know, homegrown players need to lift their game as well, mate. Get up to that
What does
standard.
it say? Like, what does it say about our league? If Richard Delat can come over in his first game, nutmeg a player, run through two of them, right? And Honda can do that sort of damage, you know?
Yeah, so, you know, Delat putting away the rebound penalty, his debut goal for the
Yeah.
thing. Another debut goal was the Honda first goal,
Yeah.
as we said.
And it was a good
you know,
finish.
and Riley McGree as well, you know, scoring
The Scorpion Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Debut goal for Melbourne City too.
And well finished as well, I got to say.
Very
by
well
him.
finished, you know. It was a very heated local derby, I would say.
Yeah, I think in terms of general play, Melbourne City were way better, especially in the second half, playing a bit more, stretching the defence out more, whereas Melbourne Victory, they seem too cluttered, mate. They try play in the middle.
Come on, Melbourne
Use the
Victory
flanks.
were the dominant team throughout the match.
No,
they,
I disagree.
Even the second half, they deserved to put 2 or even 3. You know, James Teresi hitting the post. You know, he had a couple chances to put the goal away. He was, you know, I felt Honda was probably man of the match, and then you got, you know, James Teresi tried his heart
I feel
out.
like
You know, too many unwarranted shots. I think he took. You know, like
Yeah,
too
but-
many outside the box shots, and you know, I don't think
their play
he was
won't
playing
hold
the
up.
team game towards the end.
Yeah, but their play won't hold up, Melbourne Victory.
I think
Their general play
Melbourne
shocking.
City were very lucky. If they play like that against Sydney, I believe they play next, then you know they're not going to beat Sydney.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got them to
I
win the
don't-
league.
They got them to win the league.
Well, based off that, Nick, you said they got Sydney. What do you reckon next week for City?
Oh well, it depends. Like I said, if they play how they did against
No,
Victory,
give me the
they'll
result.
win.
Give me the result. What do you think? Do you
I
reckon
think
they'll
Melbourne
win?
City will win.
Well, there you go. Melbourne
think
City
they'll
will
win.
There you go.
And I think you know Melbourne Victory will get back on track
Against Perth.
Yeah.
That's tough. They're looking good.
So you know they faced a harsh result against Melbourne City, and you know they got to get it done, and I think they will. Honda's the man.
Yeah, so let's just move on now to other things that happened in the first round of the
Yes,
Hyundai
some
A-League
talking
season.
points of round 1.
Yeah. So Mark Rudin with the Phoenix.
You know, it was a memorable coaching debut, you know, for the Wellington Phoenix boss, I think.
Yeah.
You know, trying to resurrect the Phoenix after a few unimpressive, you know, seasons
Yeah.
down in New Zealand, I would say.
Yep.
And, you
Down
know,
in the
to
ditch.
get off to the perfect start with the 2-1 win over last season's finalist Newcastle Jets
It's
is
fantastic.
beautiful.
Yep, they're on a roll. You know, obviously the former Sydney FC championship winning defender has obviously some determination in his playing group. So, you know, he's doing good at the moment, Mark Rudin. It's the way you want to start, especially the situation they're in at the moment with them potentially folding if they don't make the finals. I think they're going to be a tough side to beat. That's what he said all pre-season anyway. But, you
And
know,
there was a bit of evidence in the game of that, too.
yeah, in the
you know?
first game, we could see that they do have a tough, strong structure set up. So I think that they could maybe make the finals now.
Well,
I don't
speaking
know.
of debutants, I think this round should be known as the round of debutants, right? Because
Yes.
all the debutants did something.
They did.
You know,
Correct.
we'll move on to Adam Lafrange.
Yeah. Yep. He hit a goal in.
You know, he got a goal, his first goal, debut goal for Sydney FC. You
Yeah.
know, equalising Adelaide
Against
United's
Adelaide,
goal.
yeah.
You know, he had a very quiet game though. You know, just scored the goal, had only one shot, so he's really got a 100% record, one shot on
Hey,
target,
that's
one
not
goal.
bad. That's efficiency.
You know, with that type of precision, if he can maintain it, I think Sydney shouldn't have, you know, too much to worry about. And you know,
yeah, maybe
scoring up
he's
front,
the man. Maybe he's the
just
man
give
for
him
him.
that one shot or two shots on target, and,
and
if
he
he
can
puts
put
them
him
away.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's an experienced European player. Just remember that. He's
that's
played.
right. Well,
played-
they're missing Bobo. You know,
Of
he's
course.
scoring what did he score? 20 goals or
Yeah.
something last season. They're missing that, but I think you know they might have found something in Adam Lafrange.
I agree. What about Scott Galloway?
Yes,
for the
another
Reds.
debutant.
Yeah.
You know, for
Crazy.
Adelaide, put in the first goal.
Yeah, he did pretty well. You got to admit, for a debut, you know, for your first game, scores a goal for his team.
So he's got A-League experience.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, to score, I think he could have had a few more.
Yeah,
To be honest,
definitely.
he played.
Who
really
would you
well.
say was the better team that night?
Oh, I think Sydney.
You think Sydney were the better
They
team?
should have won.
I think Adelaide could have hung on, but
Adelaide, nah. We're off Adelaide, aren't we? That's enough
it's a
about them.
separate yeah.
What about Adam Taggart?
Yeah, Taggart. I mean, marks his first game for the Brisbane Roar with the equaliser in the 1-1 draw with Central Coast. So obviously that's fantastic for him.
Brisbane killed it. They had 20 shots on target and only scored 1 goal.
Yeah,
Very
crazy.
wasteful.
Very wasteful. I don't know if they're on the right path. We said in our last preview show that Brisbane, the massive outs they've lost are very good players. So I don't know if...
I don't know. They
they've
dominated the
regenerated.
game. They should have won comfortably.
What about
Taggart
the
had
VAR?
1 goal
Yeah.
disallowed as well.
Yeah.
With another VAR decision.
Yeah.
This time a correct one.
Yeah.
But then to come back immediately and actually score a goal, is kudos to him. Well done, Adam Taggart.
Yeah. But, when you're managing 20 attempts on goal and only come away with the single goal, as even Germany will attest in their recent debacle of a World Cup defence.
That's right, yeah.
It'll soon come back to haunt you.
Definitely.
So-
Definitely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
They need to be taking
Fix it
their
up.
chances.
Yeah.
What about Babel versus Popovic, the first game?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Popovic playing against his old side.
Yeah.
And Babel's first appointment in the A-League.
Yeah, and he did pretty well, Marcus Babbel. I've got to admit, to come up against a seasoned campaigner like Tony Popovic,
Yeah, very entertaining
No
game.
easy feat.
With a proven, A-League coach and a proven European superstar, really.
Yeah. And finished the draw, didn't it?
Yeah, it did
Yeah,
finish
finished
the
the
draw.
draw.
Another draw, lots of draws.
Yeah.
The Wanderers had a horrible first half display against the Glory, but then, they've come back in the second half and, they would have secured a win,
If, what's his name? Mr.
Oriol Riera, I think.
That's him, Oriol Riera,
Yeah,
misses the close.
he missed
my
it in the
God.
75
How can you
minute,
miss? How can you miss?
But, Babel, he's a former German international.
Yeah.
And, he was
know
really
who he is,
pleased with
mate.
his side's, display against Perth Glory. And he's even come out and tipped, the Wanderers as a title
Well,
challenge.
why not? They could have beaten them.
They could have.
Why not?
Definitely. But we'll discuss this further because we've got a fan talk question.
Yeah. Give me the news. What's the news now? I want the big news, Nick.
Oh, the big news.
About Mr. Bolt.
Well, a couple of days ago, the Mariners offered Usain Bolt a contract.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
reports today have come out and said that he's going to be declining it. And that should come out tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's insane. There you,
You
go.
know, they
Coach
think it's
Killer's
running
exclusive.
They think it's that he's run his course, and
He's-
things are going to be done pretty quick, and his trial is going to be finished.
Wow, look at that.
I'm pretty shattered.
I'm not.
I would have loved to have seen him play a competitive game. Just give him a year in the
again,
A-League.
in his last trial match, even though he scored 2 goals, he was atrocious.
I'll-
he is not a
I would
soccer.
love to hear his reason for rejecting the offer.
He's not a footballer. I think he knows he can't play to the standard that's required. So,
Maybe.
and that's shocking.
Well, he rejected a move from a Maltese
Yeah,
side.
I think it was Valletta in
Valletta.
Malta. Yeah.
So he rejected that, came to the Mariners, tried out, played a few games, scored 2 goals,
All right,
It's
the
just-
first one was okay, not
Anyway,
really
he
technical.
put
The
him
second
away.
one was a tap-in. Doesn't
Right.
matter. No.
Now they've offered him a contract and he's going to reject it. I wonder,
I think there's more to it that meets the eye, to
does
be
he
honest.
feel like he's above the A-League? Like, is that what he's thinking?
Probably. It might be. I mean, he's got more followers on Instagram than the whole Hyundai A-League. So if you think, there you go. I mean,
But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days.
moving on, let's talk about our grand final giveaway. That's up and running.
Yes, our grand final giveaway. We put it up this morning
Yep.
on Instagram and Facebook.
It's on fire, mate.
So yeah, go tell us about it, Stefan.
So look, one lucky winner will receive the Newcastle United grand final team signed boots, which were donated by the one and only Daniel Georgieski, that legend, mate.
Yeah,
That-
absolute superstar.
that superstar.
Unfortunately, he put an own goal in this week.
Yeah, I know.
Poor bloke, but
It's all right.
we won't hold that against
There's always
him.
next week. And as well as that, you'll receive a grand final cap, which was signed by the whole Melbourne Victory championship winning team. And that was donated by the great
Carvalari, yeah.
Mr. Carvalari,
So
mate.
thank you very much,
Mr. Victory.
Carvalari and Daniel Georgieski, for your
Yeah,
generous
for making
donations.
this happen,
You'll make one A-League fan's dreams come true,
Yeah.
to own a signed pair of boots and a signed hat.
It's crazy.
It's great memorabilia.
And more importantly, Nick, tell our listeners how they can win this fantastic prize.
So to win this fantastic prize, right, you got to go to our Facebook or Instagram,
Yep.
or even both at Coach Killers Podcast.
Yep.
And just read the post and follow the steps, and you never know, you can win, and you got to be in it to win it, right?
Yeah.
And the giveaway ends at 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time
Yep.
on the 3rd of November, when the grand final rematch kicks off.
How appropriate. Look at that. Look at that how things work out. There you go, people.
And, you know, we'll announce the winner on episode 23 of the Coach Killers podcast.
So 2 episodes away from now. So you've got all this time till then, people, to enter. So I suggest you get on it, get on Facebook and Instagram and enter.
Yeah, get your entries in, mate. That's the only way you can win.
That's right. Moving on from that. I can't believe we're giving that away, by the way. That's sensational. But
Yeah,
moving on
I would
anyway.
love that.
I know, I'd be entering straight away. Moving on.
Yes.
Manchester United and Chelsea. Let's talk about it. Please tell me what the hell happened. The
Mate,
chokers, the greatest
it's
choke
not-
of all time.
come on. Please, be
No, they
serious.
did well. They did well.
They started off slowly. We copped a rubbish goal. Pogba's fault. He knew it. He was upset at himself. You know,
What a game.
I don't know if you watched it, but
Yes, I did.
you know, he was jumping up and down, furious. You know,
Definitely was his fault.
and which was good to see because after that he turned it on, mate. He was the magician. You know, before that, Jorginho had his way. You know, was running through defenders with ease. You know,
I don't know if you saw at the start of the second half, Pogba near to the touchline, right? 3 Chelsea players surrounded him. He nutmegged the one diagonal to him and
Yeah.
took the 3 of them
Yeah,
on.
and
Unbelievable.
he
Fantastic. I love to see stuff like
he
that.
was you know, he was our talisman, and you know,
He stepped up.
the resurgence came from him. Mate, 30 seconds. That's all I'll say. They couldn't hold on for 30 seconds. I was fuming.
What about, so the result, you know, it's 2-1. You didn't hang on. It finishes 2-2.
Well, the
about
problem is because they didn't want to hold on to the ball. They were trying to score another.
Yeah.
You know, they were playing. They weren't wasting time. And where did they get the 6-minute stoppage time from? Is
Yeah,
another
I
question.
don't know. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Even Mourinho's been asking
That
that,
was
question.
ridiculous.
Where did they get that
Like,
from?
no one went down for more than 30 seconds in the whole match. So, I don't know. That was a bit freaky.
And what about that touchline rubbish?
That
as
was
well?
fantastic. I love that.
It
Oh, I
was-
love
it was
seeing Mourinho
entertaining to
angry.
see.
Oh, it was the best part of the match.
You know, he erupted in rage, you know, as Chelsea's staffer. What's his name?
Marco Ianni.
Ianni,
Yeah.
Ianni, whatever. You know, poor sportsmanship. He just went past them.
cares? That's part
you
of the
know,
game.
Try and
Look
celebrate
who's
in front of
talking.
his face.
Poor sportsmanship.
No.
Mr. Jose Mourinho criticises everyone for their touchline displays.
Even-
What about him?
look,
He squirted
even-
a water bottle at the bloody camera last time they played. You
That's
know,
fine. He's
What
not
does he
doing it
think?
to the opposition coach.
That's
or
all right.
The United staff isn't going to
That's
opposition
poor
coaches.
professionalism.
That's what it's poor professionalism from Chelsea.
Mourinho is the
Chelsea's
first.
assistant. Even Sarri admitted that and said he would take care of it. So I don't know. Coming from an Italian, as they said in the press conference, that's a bit worrying.
Nah, look, he will. I think that guy will get a bit of a ban on the sideline.
Yeah,
but,
I think he did get a ban.
But Maurizio Sarri's not going to sack his staff for rattling Mourinho
no, they
on
won't
the
sack
sideline.
him. He's
you know?
he's young. He looked young. Like he's just got to learn. You know, you can't do that. I wouldn't appreciate that.
Look,
I'm
let's
sure
be honest
Sarri
right now.
wouldn't
Let's be
appreciate
honest
that.
right now. Jose Mourinho is the first one to criticise. Yet he doesn't remember what he used to do on the touchline with his ridiculous runs and celebrating in front of the managers. Then
No,
with
he
Conte,
he just-
with Antonio Conte,
Oh,
what happened? How he
what-
told him in Italian,
Please.
you don't celebrate it, you know, when the scoreline's 1-0, 2-0 or whatever. Leave him alone, mate. Get lost.
Mate, he never.
Get
He
lost.
does not go to the opposition coach.
I think it's
and
double
celebrate
standard.
in his face.
Double standards.
That's just coming from a
Jose
United
Mourinho.
hater. Fair enough.
No,
You can have your opinion, mate.
it's
not
fine.
wanted,
I'm not a
needed.
United hater. I'm not a
Anyway,
United hater.
moving on. That's enough about United.
It was a great performance from Manchester United if they had won. That's all I will say.
It was
because
still
it's
a great
detriment.
performance.
It's a detriment for
The
the
problem is they can't be coming back, like conceding first and then trying to come back. They've got to stop there. You know, it paid off once. This time it didn't pay off.
And who they got next?
And they got Everton next, and I believe it's going to be a must-win game.
Moving on from that, let's talk about Brighton versus Newcastle. Big
Yes.
trouble here, mate.
Well,
Big
I might have
trouble.
been a bit wrong in saying that
You were
Newcastle,
completely wrong.
Hey, you had them in your.
Hey, but you
in
said they
your
were going to
top six.
resurrect. I said they weren't.
I know, but
It's over, mate.
I
It's
can't believe
not
they
looking-
lost. They lost 1-0. You know,
to Brighton. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know about this. A big club like
even
Newcastle.
Rafa's come out and said turning Newcastle's fortunes around is going to be the toughest gig that he's ever had. Right.
I can't believe it.
So they still remain winless.
On 2 points.
Yeah, on 2
last
points.
on the ladder.
Last
and
on
it's
the
match day, what, 9?
And you think they're finished?
I don't think they can turn it around.
You
No
know,
way.
You think they'll get relegated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll get relegated. I still have hope. But talk to me in 5 weeks. We'll see what happens.
Oh, they got Southampton next away.
Yeah,
That's
so
a difficult assignment, mate, at St Mary's there.
I
No
would
one
have
wants
thought, they had the side to beat them, but maybe those losses to the big teams
They
had an
killed
effect
them.
on the players.
Yep, of course.
So hopefully they can get over that.
Fingers crossed.
Well, what about this other underperformer?
Mate, this is the story of the week.
The
in
biggest
football.
flop of the season?
Flop of the floppists, right? Real Madrid and Levante. What the hell is that guy doing? That
Well-
Julian Lopetegui. Mate, get rid of him.
Yeah, well, Real Madrid has lost 4 of their last 5 games, one of them a Champions League game.
Yep,
But,
fantastic.
losing to Levante at home,
Yeah.
going 2-0 down after 30 minutes or whatever it was,
I'm speechless.
with a team like that, I think,
Speechless.
the sack's already coming
It's
for
coming.
Lopetegui after 12 games. He's
Yeah.
only been in charge for 12 games.
He'll be washing cars in Madrid after this, I think.
Well, he reckons that he's still in it. They're not going to sack him. He's
Sure.
still got a job, but
Sure.
I don't know. They got
they've got-
Barcelona
Yeah,
this week,
and
the El Clasico.
they got the El Clasico,
Really-
and they're going to crucify them, mate. It's going to be a shocking
Messi's
result.
out. I don't know. This could be Real Madrid's chance to turn it around.
I still don't think, even with Messi out, I think Barca will find a way in that match. I honestly believe that.
But anyway, going back to the game against Levante, they controlled 71% of possession, 5 times the amount of shots,
Yep.
and they only managed to put 1 away.
My
I don't
only
know.
conclusion is
That's a very damning
these
statistic there.
players are experienced. They've been with the best coaches in the world. This guy's not up to the task. We
So
all know
who's to
it.
blame? Who's to blame? Is it?
It is
Lopetegui?
100% the coach. 100% the coach. He's a nutcase. His formation. What the hell are you doing? What
Yeah.
is he doing? I don't know.
That's a weird one there. I'm not sure why. See, like Zidane was doing well. Matt, like I said, Ronaldo probably knew something was happening. Jumped ship in time, same as Zidane.
Yeah, and now Isco, Bale, Varane, all these top, Marcelo even, all
Yeah.
these top class players are left there and they look like absolute rubbish.
They do.
Right? Not to mention they've got Victoria Pleasant in the Champions League.
Well, they lost to CSK. Let's see what happens.
Mate, shocking.
You would have
times.
loved Roma to
I'm
have
loving
played
it.
them this
I'm
week.
loving it. I'm loving it.
Unfortunately, I think you'll get them when they're booed back up.
We'll
there.
see. I don't think so. We're the giant killers, mate.
Giant killers.
Yep.
Speaking of giant killers,
Yes.
just a little bit giant killers. Genoa got a draw
On
at the
fire.
J Stadium.
Yep. Even though Juve's still 5 points clear and unbeaten, it is a giant kill because they got a draw at the J Stadium.
That's right.
You know?
There's still five points, right?
But if you look
in
at
front of
a
Napoli.
head-to-head record, right, Juventus and Genoa have always been able to find a way, even
Probably
at
their
Genoa.
bogey team, yeah.
But still, Juve's got it. Nothing
And-
to worry about.
The Milan derby,
Mate, what the hell was that? Please, that ain't a derby.
mate. I'm falling in love with Inter every game week.
Really?
Mario,
Icardi.
is it Mauro?
Yeah, Mauro.
Yeah, Mauro Icardi, mate. I love him. I want United to sign him. He's lethal and he gets the job done. And this is the 3rd time this season. I think he's got the stoppage time winner.
That's my point. They're winning in stoppage time.
Hey.
Can't keep it up.
It doesn't matter.
Can't keep it up.
Ugly wins, whatever. As
They
long
won't
as you
keep
get
it
on.
up.
Look at Liverpool, mate. Just beat Brighton. By the skin of their
Do
teeth.
not compare Liverpool to
No.
Inter Milan. Liverpool will tear them apart.
Just hold on. They beat them just by the skin of their teeth, but that's all you can ask for, mate. That's what
Listen,
you want.
Inter's a good team, but still, gameplay is rubbish, right? They're getting results, which is fine. That's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
And they're winning the big games like the derbies, but they're gonna get caught out. It's
I don't
just a
know.
matter of time. They
I'm-
got Barca in
I'm
the
starting
Champions
to
League,
like
by the way.
them every week.
It's all right. You can
that
keep
goes
liking
past.
them.
We'll see what happens against Barca in the Champions League.
Yeah, I'll get torn.
But you don't think it was deserved, right?
Nah, I think, you know what? It should have finished 0-0. I said it would be a draw,
Yeah.
and I'm disappointed, that it wasn't a draw.
Fair enough.
So, anyway, moving on from all that crazy action and all these upsets, it's time for Fan Talk.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
And our first question, Nick, comes from Liam_Proof26. This guy loves Fan Talk, mate.
He does. Oh, thank you for your question, Liam.
He wants our thoughts on Perth Glory's opening match, and he wants to know what we think of Andy Keogh's goal.
Wonder goal.
Yeah,
I
did you
should say.
like it? The
Wow, that-
rebound?
That pass from Kilkenny.
Yeah.
Had a shot, keeper saved it, and then that
Parried
fly
from
kick.
the keeper and the kick.
Fly
Yeah.
kick, that acute angle.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
did
Oh
well.
my God.
What
That
would you
was
rate
great.
it out of 10, Andy Care's goal?
Oh, I'd give it a solid 8.
Oh, I'll give it
8.
6.5. I've seen better.
Really?
That's fine.
No,
yeah.
it was a good
He's
goal.
only Andy Care. Who's Andy Care? No.
But Perth I think did well, but the Wanderers
Yeah, a bit better.
were
a bit
better.
more prepared, yeah.
I think Perth Glory are still trying to gel. They've
Yeah,
brought in a
they'll
lot of
come
new
good.
signings. Franich was deplorable.
Yeah.
He wasn't that great. But I think Perth Glory will come good and they'll be there and go deep into finals.
I agree.
Next question, Steph.
Yes, next question comes from Mane_YNWO. Here
This
we go.
Liverpool
Here
supporter
we go.
again.
Another Liverpool fan. He wants to know, does Messi breaking his arm give other teams a rare chance to push for the La Liga title this year, especially considering Real Madrid's poor form? That's a good question.
Yeah, great question from Mane.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I think Messi breaking his arm is going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
Barcelona are going to have to show that they can do it without him.
I
Really,
think,
for a
you
big
wanna know
chunk.
what I think? I think this guy's smoking something because there's no way, right, Barcelona will not win this year's La Liga.
Look, personally, I think this opens the door wide open for Atletico Madrid. If they can keep getting the results, even Sevilla, I could be a chance.
Come on.
Look, think about it. Look
What planet are you
look
living
at
on?
this. Taking Ronaldo out of Real Madrid. Look what's happened to Real Madrid. Taking Messi out of Barcelona. How do you know the same thing won't happen? Maybe these
I think Barcelona's better
superstars,
off
these
at the moment.
icons, right? These icons, taking them out of a team just makes the team not have their identity.
But what does this
anymore.
show? What does this show?
Right.
Sorry, like that when you take out the two greatest players, that their teams are actually rubbish. These
Not-
players are
not
all rubbish, or they've
I
been made
think
to look better.
They don't know how to play without these players because
Maybe.
they'd be told 1 or 2 passes, look for Messi. 1 or 2 passes, look for Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Look
I
for
doubt
these
they've been
players.
told that. But look,
What do you mean?
I'll give you my answer, right?
Or else,
Barcelona will
how
win
does
La
it
Liga.
look at Real Madrid's team? How can they go and lose to Levante? Right, Real Madrid.
I think it's just a manager. Real Madrid's got the players to compete. It's just a manager.
At the end of the day, it's manager's manager, whatever. He doesn't have an effect. The players have it, and I think they're missing that talisman. Their leader.
So
right?
you're saying La Liga's will
Because
be open because Messi's
I
got a
think it
broken
will
arm?
be open, right? And because Messi's going to be out for a big chunk, and I think Barcelona won't be the same Barcelona, right? Because they know they don't have that player that, if they're down, will produce something special. Because regardless, week in, week out, he does it, right?
Yeah.
They have great players. They have Luis Suarez, right? And players like that, but they're not at the same level of Messi where they can count on him.
Fair enough. Good answer.
Yeah, and that's been Fan Talk for this week. And just quickly before we finish
pack
off,
up, yep.
we'll talk about some upcoming games.
Yeah, we've got firstly, which is going to be a cracker, Tottenham and Man City.
Yep, will
do you see?
Tottenham show something against them?
What do you see in the crystal ball, Nick?
I see a nice 1-1 draw.
Oh, that's because you want it. Man City 3-0. Easy.
You reckon?
Easy
All right,
peasy.
We'll see. In Ligue 1,
Marseille versus PSG.
Yeah,
The clash of the Titans.
I think
Who
if
wants the
Marseille want to
baguette?
do anything, they need to do it now. They're 4th in the league, so come on, Marseille, take it to PSG.
No chance. PSG will be taking the baguettes home, mate.
Then the big clash in the Serie A.
Yeah, who wants to finish runner-up?
Naples versus Rome.
Yeah.
Or Napoli versus Roma.
Yeah, if Roma win, I'll be surprised. So Napoli easily.
Oh.
Easily.
Yeah, Napoli easily
Yeah.
as well. Coming back home to the A-League, we got big matches.
Yeah, we got-
the Sydney derby
Yeah.
this week. Sydney versus Western Sydney Wanderers.
What a rivalry that is.
That's gonna be a
Western
huge
Sydney
game.
have had a few good results against Sydney, so it'll be interesting to see, especially with Babel.
Mark
what
Babel
he's-
needs to
what
get
he's
the
stating.
win. And
I think they will.
Sydney are looking sharp. And who do you think?
I reckon Western Sydney. Tear them apart.
I like Adam Lafrange. He's quite good.
Yeah, soft spot for him.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Bromance. Okay.
And the big game, Victory versus Perth Glory.
Yeah,
Perth Glory.
fourth glory.
A little tongue-tied.
Yeah, victory all the way for that
Yes, come on, Victory, get it done for
one.
us.
No, we don't like you.
And our game of the week for next week?
El Clasico.
Yes, how can we go past El Clasico? Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
And what's
No
your tip?
Ronaldo, no Messi.
What
What's going to happen?
a terrible El Clasico.
Look,
Varane to score the winning goal, mate. A header in the box.
I was just about to say Real Madrid will get the win in
Nah,
my books. Or
Barcelona.
Real Madrid will draw.
No, Barcelona 2-1.
Fair enough, if that's what you think.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Yep. And that's been all for this week's episode. Don't forget, as always, to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify and iTunes, and to stay up to date with all things going on. And also don't forget to enter our giveaway on Instagram and
Yes,
Facebook,
the
people.
giveaway.
Keep entering.
Enter while you can, right?
That's right.
And just the final reminder before we go, you
Yeah.
know, when you're going to place your bets during the Spring Carnival,
Ooh,
that's
yeah,
happening
I like
now, there's only one thing that we can say is a sure bet, and
Yeah.
that is the Coach Killers podcast.
Give it the whip, give it the whip.